College football season is here.
Bang!
And we're doing the DJ Nowers
Right
College
here.
Football Win Total Special. We do this every year. We do it with the NFL as well. That'll be coming in the next couple weeks. But we go through, with the NFL, all the teams. For college football, we're like, hey, there's 100 billion teams.
We could do it. We literally could do it.
It could be like a
we
live
respect
stream
your
marathon.
time and our time.
We respect it. So we
134?
took the top 30 teams for votes from the CFP coaches poll that came out on Monday. And we're going to go through their over-under lines for total season wins in the regular season on FanDuel and talk about whether we like the over or the under. So we're really getting into it. And I think we just go ahead and get into it. Start at the top.
Let's do it.
Texas, the number one ranked team from the CFP coaches poll. Win total on FanDuel, 9.5 wins. Heavily juiced on the over. Minus 192 for over 9.5 and plus 154 for the under. So this line's really closer to 10. Mike, I'm assuming you're saying over.
Yeah, I mean, literally, worst case scenario, the sky fell down, we lose to Ohio State and Georgia, and we have 10 wins. That's fine. Still an over. Over.
Yeah, I have the opposite. I'm leaning under because I love the plus 154 juice on this. At Ohio State, neutral Oklahoma, and at Georgia.
Oklahoma.
I lean loss on all those games, especially like at Ohio State, at Georgia for sure. Neutral Oklahoma. I know you guys flip back and forth in that game all the time. I like Oklahoma a lot. I actually
won the past 3 years.
I like you guys a lot.
That might actually be that. 24, 22.
Wait,
no, Dylan
I don't
Gabriel,
think
100%.
that's-
No, you're right now.
I was like,
I think you lost
2 years.
You lost.
I almost got-
You won last year and you lost 2 years ago.
No, we won 2 years ago, and then we lost 3 years ago while we were still in the Big 12. Well,
You're still in the Big 12
2 years ago. Yeah, but we...
The last time you played them, you won. The
No,
time before that, you
the time
lost.
that we won the Big 12, which was our last year there, 2 years ago, we won.
Last
That
year was
was-
your first year in the SEC.
Yes.
Correct.
2 years ago when we
you were
won
still
the
in the
Big
Big
12, we won against Oklahoma.
No, you didn't.
3 years
No, you
ago,
didn't.
we lost.
No, you lost because I was mad because Oklahoma should have been in.
No, Oklahoma beat you 2 years ago. You're literally
Correct.
making shit
No, I
up.
mean, we
Correct.
all know.
Dylan Gabriel beat you
You're
guys
literally making shit up.
2 years
You
ago.
lost
maybe.
34 to 30.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so I was right. This game kind of goes back and forth. I think
It doesn't.
that's
It won't.
3 potential loss spots, and that's not including the rest of an SEC schedule that is particularly daunting. So I lean under plus 154.
I lean over. I just think the only other game I thought that was tough was Florida. I like Oklahoma, but they're going to still be at least 10-point favorites against Oklahoma, in my opinion. Ohio State, Georgia is going to be a sweat. If they win one of those games, this is a mortal lock. So I lean over.
Mario, we push on it, or we have to ask the coin for a coin flip if you go under.
Horns down.
Oh,
Under.
wow.
All right. Or do you guys, since we have 30, do we not want to take a consensus stance? Do we only want to do 3-1 or 4-0? Or if it's 2-2 split, do we just say push?
Yeah, don't bet it. You're
push.
welcome.
Just
We're pushing
push.
it. We're saving you
All
your
right,
money.
all right. So,
Save your money.
Because we're giving you the DGen picks.
Yeah.
I didn't say this up front, but when we go 4-0 on a side, it wins at like an 85% clip. It's
3-1
kinda
is at
ridiculous.
71%.
We did it last year at the NFL and college football, so we're moving on. That was
I'm
2-2
betting it. I
split.
don't care.
Ohio State, 10.5 win line, plus 104, minus 128. So pretty much an even side. Little lean under, but not big enough to move it down to 10. Ryan, you're an Ohio State guy. When you see this 10.5 number, you were 10-2 last year, but national champions. Do you think you go more wins than last season, the regular season?
Strictly off value. This is a betting site.
Yeah.
Under is the bet here.
Okay.
We lose. You can joke about the Michigan game. We've lost 4 straight years.
4 years.
So you could joke that it's an automatic loss or not, whatever you want to call it. We've lost the last 4 years, and then we have to play the first, third, and 12th ranked team in the country right now. We have to play Texas, Penn State, and Illinois. We can easily drop a couple of those games, in my opinion. Especially the Texas. If we lose to Texas, it's going to be a tough road. But again, we've lost to Michigan so much that almost feels like a loss. So like one out of the other 3 ranked games you have to lose. Very possible. I lean under, and I'm getting the minus money because of it.
Yeah, I'm leaning under as well here. I think Texas is tough. Again, 60-40. I think Ohio State probably wins that game, but I think Penn State's going to be good. And then at Michigan, I want to say Ohio State's going to win that game, but again, I feel like it's just spitting in the face of just results over and over again. So 10.5 is a big number. Under being favored, I think, kind of tells you they like 10-2 a lot, and 10-2 gets Ohio State in the playoffs, so not a whole lot of pressure to like win 11 games for some strange reason.
Still make maybe
Yeah,
Big Ten championship too.
Agreed. So I'm going, because of the Texas game. So I'm going under.
Yeah, this is over. My logic is Ohio State either loses to Texas and they get a fire lit under their ass and they win out the rest of the year, because I just think, first of all, I think Michigan this year specifically with Bryce Underwood, brand new quarterback and kind of a program that didn't perform last year, so they don't really have any momentum to carry into this year. I don't think they're going to be like. I think the national champions in Ohio State has conquered the hill of Michigan.
Everything you just said in the last 3 seconds is crazy. They literally beat the number one, the best team in the nation who won the national championship, and then beat Alabama in a bowl game to go into this year, getting the number one recruit in the entire.
Yeah, bowl games mean nothing to me. Literally nothing to me.
Fair.
If you're not in the playoffs, you're a piece of shit.
Fair is fair. Can't argue that.
Yeah, and I could see it either that way in scenario one, like I astutely pointed out, or number two.
I like that you added that.
Yeah, of course. I'm extremely intelligent. And or number two, they beat Texas. They continue to go on a hot streak, hot. And then they go into Michigan, and for some whatever reason, they take a nap. Then they lose. So every scenario, they go 11-1.
All right.
But it's over. Every time.
Gotcha.
Over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
You're
like
right.
over.
All right.
Wow, split.
We're pushing again.
Push.
We're pushing again.
No, I have a feeling this one won't be good on.
It was close. I had 10 wins and then I moved it to 11.
Well, here's the other Big Ten team that people are
That's right
all
there.
over. Penn State, 10.5 wins. Similar line to Ohio State, plus 106 on the over, minus 130 on the under. Mario, I'm going back to you here. Are you going over here as well?
I'm going under.
No.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going under.
Sharp.
Yeah.
Michael?
Yeah, I mean, this is over. They're only losing to Ohio State. That's it.
Yeah, I think this is the easiest over. Well, not the easiest over, but one of the easiest
Very easy
overs.
over.
And I love that you're getting plus 106 on this. Ohio State and Oregon are the only two games on this schedule that I think are even possible losses. I think Ohio State game, they actually have a decent shot to win. We'll see how good Ohio State looks, but Penn State's bringing a lot more back than Ohio State is.
Yeah.
And then they play Oregon at home. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think that is the whiteout game. It's confirmed. It's the night whiteout game this year. So, like, I'm not worried about that. I think 11 is the floor for Penn State, and maybe more likely, honestly, 12-0. So I'm way over on this.
Yeah, Dante Moore is a piece of shit. Dude.
Or just whiteout games in general.
I think I'm barely leaning over. I mean, they've lost to Ohio State every year they've played them in the last 10 years. Ohio State completely owns them. I don't see anything changing. And there's a slip everyone. Penn State has those weird games, and I forgot who they barely beat last year. It was like an unranked nobody that won in the last second play. It was literally one of the worst teams in the nation. And they had a lot of close games against weird teams. So I think it's a sweat, but I'm only going over because I'm big on this team.
Wait, Mike, do you go over or under?
You went over. This is 3-1.
3-1. All right, so
You got your first Penn State.
You got your first
State
one on the
over.
card.
Bang.
Penn State over. 3-1 to the over side. All right, next one. I'm going to start with this one. Georgia 9.5, minus 168 on the over, plus 136 on the under. I think this is the easiest over bet of the entire card. I went through all these. There'll be a couple that are close to this, but this is as close to an all-in over as you can possibly get. I think this is probably an 11-win team. People are scared of the schedule, but that's thinking that a lot of these SEC teams are still going to be, very, very good at the time they play them. You see with a lot of these SEC teams that, kind of fall off as the season starts to wear on them. Georgia's been one team that's been able to weather the storm particularly well, especially in November and in December. And it's kind of why you see Georgia not blowing teams out early in the season, but they're winning big games towards the end of the season, and they're not really losing any games during the process. So 9.5 here, I mean, it makes sense that it's way juiced on the over, like minus 168, but I think it's an 11-win team, so I'm a game and a half above this line.
Yeah, I'm really easy here. I put over. I don't care about anything besides they haven't won less than 10 games in a decade.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and they haven't lost a home game in the regular season since
trillion
2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be
Over.
a tough under if you're betting that.
Yeah, I mean, I logically have over, and we talked about it when we were going into individual, like Georgia, who
In the
they
team
are
episode, yeah.
in the team episode. Their schedule is really tough, but I mean, they're the Georgia Bulldogs led by the great, probably in the moment, close to Sark, but the best coach in college football.
Shut the
top three.
twice last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kirby's the best coach in college football.
Yeah,
It's not
Kirby.
a-
Yeah,
Well,
look,
Sark
look.
shouldn't even be in like
Look, Kirby holds his own. All right, he can hold a
near
he can,
conversation.
He can eat at the table. He can eat at the table, but
He owns the table.
then I saw
literally
the
owns
juice
the
on the under, and I went, hey. You got me. I'm tempted. I'm going under.
Give a 5-minute speech
my
about the
God.
over.
All right,
goes
3 and
under.
1 over.
All right,
Alright.
bang. There's another one.
Mike, not
I
letting
thought
that,
for sure that'd be consensus.
not letting that be a consensus pick for DGen that's a pride thing for you. That should have been.
Yeah.
That should be a consensus pick, and that should be added to our total because that's gonna go. It's gonna go over, and we're gonna
Maybe.
hit that bet.
Maybe.
Next team, Notre Dame, 10.5. Again,
What are we talking
like Mike
about?
said, we talked about the Notre Dame, schedule in the Notre Dame specific episode. They play at Miami and then home against A&M, and then the rest of the season is relatively chalk, and they don't really play a lot of difficult games. I had easy over. I think probably 12-0 actually, but like 11-1. I could see losing at Miami. I don't think they lose home against A&M, but
I'm the opposite.
you're the opposite.
yeah.
You have
But still
11-1,
11-1, yeah.
so you're over. Mike.
Over.
I'm under. This is a sneaky harder schedule than people think. Georgia Tech, you didn't name. USC is going to be better
They
this
play
year.
Georgia Tech at home though, right?
Yeah, but still, it's tough. Also, Notre Dame. I mean, really not that
Haynes
tough.
King and
USC.
King
I think even
Haynes.
something like at Pitt for a team that like Notre Dame isn't going to be an offensively high passing team. They're going to run the ball and play defense.
I will say the over is plus 135. So the under
Yeah,
is
I like the under
minus
here
160.
actually a good amount. I don't think Notre Dame will be as dominant as last year.
All right, well, we got another pick on the card. No consensus picks yet. We got 3-1 on the over again. Clemson, next one, 9.5. This line has moved since we talked about it from minus 165 to minus 225 on the over 9.5. I think that's for a really good reason. I honestly wouldn't be shocked to see this go to 10.5 right before the LSU game at like plus 130 or something.
Yeah.
Because so many people are betting this 9.5 number. I think it's for a really good reason too. Clemson historically hadn't lost less than 10 games or hadn't won less than 10 games in like years. And then last year in the regular season, we went 9-3. And with DJ, we did it once. We're bringing back too much. Don't think we drop an ACC game this year. And I definitely don't think we lose both of the SEC games we play. I love the game at South Carolina. So especially when you look at what South Carolina's win total is later on in the list, it was pretty surprising to me. So I'm way over on Clemson, but minus 225, you don't love betting that as like a preseason over number, but I don't know. I'd be shocked if someone wants to take the under here.
I have over. I mean, I have 11-1. I don't think you guys lose to South Carolina, and I think the rest of your schedule, you guys are just a better team than any other team in the ACC, in my opinion. So only loss, obviously, was week 1.
I think it's 12-0, yeah. So besides the LSU game.
But, I mean, 9.5, this is a nuke over.
It's almost embarrassing. Mike, I'm assuming you're going under.
I have 10-2. I have the over.
Oh, you have the over as well.
I have a
Is
loss
this
to
first
both
consensus
the SEC
pick?
teams.
First consensus pick, Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, I'll make consensus.
There we go.
But it's sweaty, and they do it on the last game of the season.
I'll take it. Consensus pick. There you go. Bang, 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 bang. Mike, fireworks.
Yeah.
Bang!
Fireworks.
Bang.
Clemson over. There we go. 4-0, first one. Oregon, 10.5.
Yeah.
I don't know how Oregon got to 10.5, and then I looked at their schedule and was like, oh, that's how they got to 10.5.
Yep.
Ryan,
Exactly.
you're a Big Ten guy. It's plus 116 on the over. People love Oregon.
Dan Lanning knows something we don't. This is over. I'm hammering this over. He's 25-0 against unranked opponents. His only ranked game this year
Is Penn State.
is Penn State.
Yep.
So my math is mathing correctly. This is an absolute dominant over. They could be Penn State in my opinion if Dante Moore wants to be good. They still are returning a lot of players, and every year they get a new quarterback, and he does it. Like they won 11 games 2 years ago with Bo Nix, lost to Washington, which was just, the best. Went to the final, and then last year they won every single game of the season, beating Penn State and Ohio State. So
They're
like,
undefeated, yeah.
I don't know. I just think Dan Lanning knows something we don't. He crushes teams every time he's a favorite. He crushes teams. He's like 36-7. So I think he'll be favored in every single game except for one, and that's why I love the over. I think it's value.
Was that stat against unranked or favored games? That was just unranked.
No,
games, right?
unranked. It
Unranked
was
opponents.
36-7 against as a favorite.
Okay. I see a couple games I think will be ranked on the schedule. They play Indiana, who's a ranked team. I don't think they're great, but I think
They're not ranked right now, are they?
I think they're 19, right? Yeah, 19
Oh, really?
in this.
Indiana, yeah.
And then towards the end of the season, they play a USC team that I actually think is going to be ranked when they play them. Because I think USC has a pretty easy schedule. I know you just absolutely hate everything about what's his face? Lincoln Riley.
Riley.
Yeah. I lean under. Small lean under. It's minus 142, I think for a reason. And I just don't love this Oregon team. I didn't like them last year, and I was like wrong in the regular season, then like just really right in the playoffs, I guess. But I don't think they beat Penn State for sure. I love Penn State way more. And then it's at Penn State, too. It's the whiteout game like we talked about. I don't think they escaped that with a win. And if you're asking me, does Oregon drop one of their 11 games with maybe 2 ranked opponents? I'd say probably, but who knows? I could see arguments for both sides here, but I'm going under.
Yeah. First and foremost, Dante Moore, you're a jackass. And
Why?
Oh, because he's a traitor
And
to UCLA.
you're a UCLA guy.
No, but I'm a supporter of my friends, and my friends are
Wait,
UCLA
one of your
people.
best friends, USC guy.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough. Wait, but my best friend isn't an Oregon guy, so I have no reason to support Dante
Continue.
Moore. Yeah, Dante Moore, you're a jackass, and still the over, though, because
Okay.
you're only going to lose to Penn State.
Oh,
Jackass over.
well, I thought
Jackass
that was
over.
It's a
murder.
jackass
Yeah.
over.
We got 2 overs.
All right, Mario.
Hey.
Yeah, I have over. I have them, winning 11.
3-1.
I love that.
Hey,
we have some
bro.
juice. That's the first
They might
juice
go
one.
12-0.
I said this is
They're
fun.
like they remind me of like the
Da, da,
Detroit
da, da.
Lions of college
Oh,
football.
I love that.
Like
That's
they'll
a
never
great
do
comp.
anything.
No, that's a great.
But they'll
comp.
win a million regular seasons.
Amazing comp.
Well, we have
Oh,
a lot of overs. We went push on 1 and 2, and then overs on the last 5, with one of them being a consensus in Clemson. So, I mean, it does make sense. We're starting at the top with the best team.
it'll
So
get worse.
I'm sure it's going to kind of get a little spicy as we get down this list. But Alabama 8, Mario, I'm going to you. They have 9.5 as their win total. It's basically a pick 'em, -114, -105.
Oh my god, I wrote flip a coin because it's like, dude, I before, if you asked me a week ago, I would have said under. Just recently, the past 2 days, I don't know, something about
clicked.
Ty Simpson just has me thinking like maybe like this team's going to be sneakily better than a lot of people realize. Still will never support Alabama, so I'm going to go under, but it could be a sneaky over. They could surprise a lot of people.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, Kalen DeBoer
God, I
couldn't.
forgot.
I mean, the guy couldn't throw a fishing rod into the water if he were in the middle of the ocean on,
Why would you do that?
in floaties with, if he's not on a ship and he's trying to throw a fishing rod into the ocean and he's in the ocean, he wouldn't miss it because he's a bum.
Where
And
would the fishing rod go?
up. Just up.
Out of Canada.
Kalen DeBoer
There's
defies gravity.
there's a lot of space to miss. You know?
Yeah, infinite.
It's all air.
Just atmosphere. And
Atmospheric.
so because Kalen DeBoer is just a piece of shit, and Ty Simpson, I think, has a lack of talent in every appendage that he has, under.
Every
So
appendage.
I'm not
atmospheric
gonna-
under.
An atmospheric
This is an
appendage
appendage.
under.
Yes.
You said every appendage.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in toes.
This
He knows
is
he's not talented in every
This is my
appendage.
first.
Mike knows.
This is my first line in the sand under. My first big line in the sand under. This is a DeBoer being fired under.
Yes.
Wow,
This
that
is-
bad?
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yes, that piece of
They
shit.
could lose at Florida State week 1.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be
That'd
awesome.
be-
At Georgia, I actually think is like just pure loss.
yeah.
I honestly at Missouri might get a little close because I think they'll have
Missouri's
2
pretty shit.
losses.
No, that's
very
pretty easy.
They play Tennessee,
That's
at
easy.
South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, and Auburn. Like
think
it's
South
at
Carolina
Auburn
could get weak.
for the Iron Bowl. I think they go 8 wins. I think 8 wins, miss the playoffs again. DeBoer didn't win 10 games last year. He's definitely not doing it this year with I think a worse team. So yeah, I'm way under here.
Yeah, I'm under 2. We can make it. But
Huzzah!
I don't
There we
think
go.
it's.
Huzzah!
I don't think it's.
Kinda like
I don't think it's
close.
DeBoer murder. I think
Huzzah!
they're going to be fine. It's Bama.
Oh.
Like they had
Well-
a terrible year last year. They still
well, hold
beat
on.
Georgia. They still beat
Well, if they
Tennessee.
go under,
If they go 9-3,
if they go 9-3, DeBoer gets fired.
I don't. I don't.
He
think
missed
so
the
at all.
playoffs 2 years in a
100%, I
row.
don't think so.
I don't know, dude. Alabama hadn't been outside, I think, the top 6 in the last, 15 years with Nick Saban. If they get a new coach with the same players and same recruiting classes and miss a 12-team playoff back-to-back seasons.
Roll Tide
But
in
you gotta give the
Palestine,
guy
baby.
a chance. They give him
But
a-
he has the players, though.
But that's
That's
like
the hard
firing
thing.
Ryan Day after year 2. They didn't
But
make the
Ryan-
playoffs and then made it.
Probably
into
should have
fourth
been
year.
done.
Did Ryan Day ever go under 10 wins back-to-back years?
No.
No,
I don't think. I was going to say, this is 9 under 10 win seasons back-to-back years and missing, being outside the top 12, I think is significant. I think if you're ever betting under, I almost think it's damn near just saying DeBoer fire bet.
in his second year.
And Ryan Day would have those Ohio State teams wouldn't have been missing a 12-team playoff.
I guess it depends how it looks. Maybe if it's like close losses, there's a way around it. But I think if there's a game like last year at the end of the season where it's Oklahoma 28-3, right? They just get smacked by a team that has 6 or 7 wins. Then it's
So
like,
what about smacking like Georgia, Tennessee, LSU, like all unbelievable teams, all top whatever 15 teams?
like if they do that this year?
Like what if same thing as last year? So they looked terrible. No one had them. They were out of the playoffs.
If they
but
do-
they beat 3 of the top 12
No, if they
ranked
end
teams.
9-4 like they did last year, he's fired. Like for sure.
And but beating Georgia, LSU, or wherever they have to play.
Yeah, I mean, if
Okay,
because
wow.
they're losing to bad teams last year. I mean, they lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. Like if Saban's never losing those games, especially, and this is like fully DeBoer's team now. We'll see what happens. I mean, consensus under. So there we go. Next is LSU. Mario, your number's at 8.5 minus 142 on the over.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, a big over here. 8.5, I thought was a little disrespectful. I think 9.5.
That was super disrespectful.
They spit on your shoes.
I feel like 9.5 should be the line. So 8.5 to me is just like a game under slap in the face. Yeah, over.
Yeah, you know what, Mario? They spit on your shoes. I punch them in the face. So over.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mike.
Gang, gang.
We're running the 2-man over.
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's
Beat
like
'em.
I don't know. 5-3 was their conference record last year. I think it's probably pretty similar this year looking at their schedule, and I think they lose to Clemson. So I'm leaning under here. I think 8-4, but very, very not confident on that number. Like if LSU looks how they can look and Brian Kelly actually gets them into the shape that they should be in, could this be a 10-11 win team? Of course. But I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I'm going over here just because I don't see this number's too small for a top 10 team or whatever they are in the country. What are they ranked right now?
8 or 9.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here? Like, they're gonna win.
That's fair.
nine
Is that
games.
3-1 over?
Tyler
Yeah.
just spit on your shoes.
No, like I'm close on it, but it's minus 140 and plus 115. If there's ever like I'm a coin flip
Fair.
and it's like I'm getting plus money on one side, then I'm taking that side.
Fair.
Miami, finish out the top 10. 9.5 wins, plus 122 on the over, minus 150. I'm small lean on the over. I think 10-2 is most likely with this schedule, but like not a big lean. And I think Carson Beck, it all just depends on Carson Beck. I mean, if he does what Cam Ward did in their first transfer season, not like, Heisman finalist stats, obviously they'll win 10 games if he does that. But if he looks like pre-injury Georgia on Miami with the defense that they brought in, then I think there's no reason they shouldn't win 10 games in the ACC. And also I think especially week 1 is a big game. Like if they beat Notre Dame, then like this over is already locked up.
I have this an absolute murder under. This team is terrible. They could brought in NFL players and their defense would still be bad.
Wow,
it was
insane.
their defense
Wow.
was one of the worst
They have
defenses
like
I've ever
they
seen last year.
brought like everyone in from the transfer.
You could bring everyone in, they can't play together. Like it happens.
That's the
all
same thing
time in
LSU
football.
did, but all of a sudden like we like that defense.
What do you mean? I'm literally on the thing with Mario that I think the reason why LSU won't be good is because of defense.
Wait, but what
I-
weeks?
You had the over.
I said barely over. I said barely over. And also, this is a whole game and a half more, so I think it's crazy. I easily see multiple, like Notre Dame, I think they lose to SMU, they could lose to Louisville, they could lose to Florida, they can lose to at Pitt, they could lose, like Carson Beck, if he is just average, this team is terrible. He's going to have to be good for this team to be good, in my opinion.
Wow.
They weren't good.
Yeah, we're on way different sides there.
Yeah, I just I saw the numbers. I thought about Miami, and I thought, man, if Carson Beck cannot be a stupid little bitch, then there's definitely value in the over. So, yeah.
Over.
So what is your pick? It's over?
Well, I'm banking on him not being a jackass. So over.
Over.
Okay.
So Mike's over.
Yeah, over.
Why are you giggling, dude?
What's going on?
It's moving different over
Sorry.
here.
Just too happy.
No, it's not excellent.
That was an accident. What?
He's been saying that a lot. A lot of things have been
not even
accidents lately.
All
Did you
right.
like slip from something? What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, the guy's going crazy.
All right. Yeah.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Yep.
I have an under here. I'm kind of with Ryan. I think there's a lot of games that they can lose. And honestly, I think for Miami to go over, it's going to require Carson Beck playing a style of football that I just haven't seen him play. He always had a great supporting cast when he was at Georgia, always a great defense, always players on offense. Now he would be required to basically do more with less, and I just don't know if he's that type of player. So,
And you're saying the old Carson Beck's not coming back?
I mean, if he plays like how he did at Georgia, just like game manager,
is pretty good, but
just game manage, I don't think that's enough
fair.
to.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we're outside the top 10 now.
Outside.
Arizona State at 11. This is a team that made the playoffs last year, returning their
Dillingham
quarterback, coach, and arguably the top or one of the top
Should've beat
wide
Texas
receivers
last year, honestly.
going
Shut up.
into
For
next
real.
season.
Nope.
Should have beat Texas. Yeah, I am obsessed with this 8.5 number for the over. It's plus 104 on the over. I know Texas Tech and Iowa State are going to be semi-tough games.
Nope.
This is a playoff team, and they should have beat Texas. They know how to play these big games. They're without Cam Scatabo, but they have the best coach, wide receiver, and quarterback in the conference. Yeah. So, this 8.5 number seems really, really low to me. Their out of conference really isn't even difficult either. So, yeah, I'm all over the over here.
I made a rule to myself that I don't bet Arizona State's preseason favorites to win the Big 12 or whatever. Yeah. I don't bet on the Big 12 favorites to win because last year was Utah.
Wait.
Year before that, it was.
They're not actually the favorites, by the way.
What are they?
They're fifth in odds.
Oh, I thought they were
at plus
favorites.
650. No, Kansas State and
Aren't
Texas.
they the highest seed?
Kansas State, or they're in the coaches poll, correct?
Okay, highest seed.
For odds to win, they're actually fifth.
Okay, highest seed in the coaches poll always do shit. Like Utah was ranked super high and then got murdered. Was terrible. I don't like Arizona State at all. I think Cam Scatabo single-handedly carried that team to do anything decent. I'm not a Sam Levitt guy. Jordan Tyson's really good. He'll be a draft pick, but trash. Under.
2 words. Kenny Dillingham. The best coach that
3,
isn't
4, 5, 6,
that isn't
7,
Kirby
8,
Smart
9,
or
10, 11,
Steve
12,
Sarkisian.
13. Which side are you
Over.
on? 14.
Over.
I wonder if they beat Texas, if Mike would hate Kenny Dillingham.
No.
You should have a tattattoo of a Sun Devil on your arm.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
did
You're
say
so
on the pod
lucky.
that if Arizona State won, you get a tattoo. Wait, you're over as well?
Yeah, over.
Okay, cool.
Hey.
3-1 on the over, Arizona State. Illinois at 12, 8.5,
Yeah.
plus 148 on the over. So this is a lot closer to an 8 number. Ryan, Big Ten guy, let us know what you think.
This is pretty good under. They would have to do the most to hit this over, like a lot. Ohio State, Indiana, USC, tough games. Even like Wisconsin, Duke, Washington, weird games. Yeah. Probably win the rest of them, but they're going to have to do a lot of work to win these, so I'm just going to lean under, and obviously they agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lean over here, and it kind of pained me to do it. They just have a really, really easy schedule. Like, they are one of these few Big Ten teams that got thrown in with, I don't know how, but, like, they only have to play one of the Penn State, Oregon, Ohio State teams. Like, typically, like, you play 2 of them, and it's like, all right, that's a semi-decent schedule. You look at, like, you're hunting for losses. You find the rest of this. Western Illinois, Duke, WMU, I think Western Michigan, Indiana maybe. They go Indiana SC, so, like, those could be, they'll be favored in both those games, but those could be ranked games. Then Purdue, then they play the Ohio State, then Washington, Rutgers, Maryland, Wisconsin, Northwestern to end the season. Like, 3 losses you could probably find here, but, like, I don't think you see 4. I don't know. I'm all over the over here on Illinois.
Yeah, I mean, just based on the numbers and probabilities, I'm going under.
You're going under.
Yeah, just
Because it's favorable.
probabilities.
Gotcha.
Based on the numbers and probabilities, I'm going to go over.
Okay.
I like
You're
those.
wrong.
We're pushing
I
it.
like those.
What numbers were you looking at, Mike, while we're pivoting to the next
Just
team?
probabilities.
All of them.
Just all numbers,
All of them.
general.
Conglomerate.
He's a number guy.
That's good. South Carolina, 7.5 wins as the 13th ranked preseason team. This has a lot to do with their schedule.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mario, I want to hear what you think on this one because you're an SEC guy. Lenore Sellers is one of the Heisman favorites. He's up there, but like this is a really low number. It's the lowest number inside the top 22 teams.
Yeah.
So
It's a very low number, but when you look at their schedule, I mean, it is pretty tough.
it makes sense, yeah.
And it just depends how highly you rate this team. I don't think they're that good of a team. I know people are super high on Lenore Sellers.
Man, they got him at 13 in the coaches poll. The coaches are high on him.
I'm so torn. I think most likely they finish with 8 wins and go over. But me personally, I wouldn't bet it. I would bet the under just because I think this team is severely overrated.
So you're over or under?
I personally
give yours. You're under.
I'm under.
Okay, you're under 7.5. Mike.
Yeah, I unfortunately am also under. Their schedule is literally just too difficult. I'm a big Lenore Sellers guy. I think he's great. I actually really like their offense, but
And you're under?
I really just don't see them overcoming the schedule.
Yeah, I want to go under here so bad and say South Carolina is going to win less than 7.5 games. And it's minus 164 on the under, by the way, plus 134 on the over. But there's no world I'm saying this South Carolina team wins 7 games. I don't know. Virginia Tech, South Carolina State, and Vanderbilt, and Missouri, and Kentucky are their first 5. Mm-hmm. So, I think they probably start 4-1 or 5-0, and then really tough end of the schedule. Granted, they do have a Coastal Carolina in there. I think there's 6 guaranteed wins. They're a good enough team to beat either Oklahoma, LSU, A&M, Bama. They beat Clemson last year. I don't think they will, but this 7.5 number seems like a joke to me, and it's juiced at plus 134. So I hate South Carolina. It pains me, and I'm probably a fish looking at the money, where the odds are, but I'm never taking under with this team and Dylan Stewart and Lenore Sellers. I just can't do it.
Oh, they have to go into LSU versus Oklahoma versus Bama in Ole Miss in A&M and finish against Clemson.
Yeah,
but I don't care. I'm going over because they're going to finish with 2 top 5 players on both sides of the ball, Lenore Sellers and Dylan Stewart at the end of the year. And if you have 2 top 5 players, you will be more than 7.5 wins.
7.5 is just low.
It's just too low.
Feels
when you have those 2 players, it just can't be.
It's tough. So we're pushing that again, back-to-back pushes. 14 Michigan. This was crazy for me to see 9.5 here.
Yeah.
And I get Mike said they have no momentum when they did end the season. Win-win Ohio State and Alabama, but they got a true freshman quarterback. So I'm guessing you're going under, and you're with the money here. Minus 170 on the under.
I mean, verbatim, what I wrote down is under. No way stupid Underwood can pull shit out of his ass.
You don't like Underwood either.
No, I don't like Underwood.
What do you do?
I just don't think. I think he needs experience.
He needs experience.
He just hates everyone.
So first-year starters, you probably shouldn't bet on those guys.
Yes.
Well, unless they're, they've seen reps and they've seen how fast college can play.
But they see reps against high school teams. Does that still count?
It doesn't count.
No. He's talking about freshmen.
Yeah,
freshmen.
Yeah, freshmen
Gotcha.
specifically.
That team rep against
So
really
you're
bad
under.
teams.
I'm under.
Mario?
Stupid under.
I'm under.
Yeah, I'm never betting this team to get 10 wins. And so that's the only problem. Their schedule is, again, this is an Illinois-type schedule where, there's a few teams in the Big Ten that just have these nutty schedule draws.
Michigan's
where it's
one of them.
Yeah,
they don't play after Ohio State. They don't play the top 3 Big Ten teams.
No, it's insane. I mean, the rest of the Big Ten is just awful. You look at these teams, and it's just where are you finding losses for Michigan? Granted, it's a freshman quarterback. Maybe at Nebraska.
Yeah,
They play Oklahoma. Maybe they play Washington at home. No, maybe at SC is tough, but the rest of these are gimmies. Northwestern, Michigan State, Purdue, Wisconsin, Central Michigan. The schedule's a joke. But I'm going under because there's no way I can't give them 10 wins. But maybe they do.
I'm just like Tyler on South Carolina. As much as I would love to bet this under, I think it's over. They won 7 games last year with, I think, not even messing around, the worst quarterback play I've ever seen in college football history, in my personal opinion.
What was his name? Orgy?
Wait, any of them. You choose out of a hat.
Orgy or,
they played 4 quarterbacks all in
the other
rotation,
guy.
and they all failed.
They were all
miserably.
terrible.
They won 7 games, and they have the number 1 prospect in all of football. He literally can't be worse. It's actually impossible, and their defense will be top 5 no matter what. Just a thing in Michigan. So I'm betting the over. That's my thing.
All right, so we're 3-1 to the under there. Ole Miss, 15th team, 8.5. It's pick them pretty much on over or under. Ryan, I'm going back to you here.
Yeah, this team, when I think of this team, I just think Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's no longer there. This team doesn't have anything carrying them. I'm going to go under.
Yeah, Mario. I'll go last. Mario, go ahead.
Actually, I had them when I did their wins and losses with coming out with 8 wins. So I got under.
This is purely speculative. Wouldn't throw large money on it, but I've recently become a bit of a larger fan of Senor
Lane Kiffin.
Senor Lane Kiffin.
Wonder what?
And And so because of that, I trust in his coaching mind to replace a youthful Jackson Dart with another prosperous prospect. So over.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about Austin Simmons, probably. You mean the quarterback that they
Yeah.
replaced him with? Yeah. I like Austin Simmons a lot. I think he can do really well. And this is probably the best SEC schedule draw out of any of these top teams you're going to get. I mean, if you go down the schedule real quick, I mean, their only tough games are, so they play LSU, and granted, this is going to be harder than a lot of other teams, but think of for SEC purposes. They go LSU, at Georgia is going to be a loss, then at Oklahoma is tough, home against South Carolina, and they go home Florida, and then end the season at Mississippi State. Like, this is really, really, really not a hard SEC schedule compared to what you could see if you're going, Bama, Georgia, Auburn, LSU, Texas, etc. So their number is 8.5 for a reason, even though I think this is not the best team. Like, South Carolina's better than this team, but South Carolina and Ole Miss probably end with similar numbers, if not Ole Miss one more. So I'll go over on this.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh, did you already give yours?
Yeah, Dart, not there.
We're under.
Under, over.
You're
Okay, yeah,
that.
so we're push. All right, we push. Yeah, never mind. I went out of order. I forgot. SMU, next one, 8.5. SMU is a weird one for me. I mean, they still have Kevin Jennings, and they're in the ACC, but there are some ACC teams I think improved over the offseason. I don't think SMU was actually one of them. I think last year was probably their peak. I'm going to go over here slightly with the juice, minus 122, just because I think they get 9 wins. I think it's like exactly 9, so this is not a hammer over, but it's like a slight over. I think Kevin Jennings can get you 9 wins in that conference.
Yeah, I'm just a rider. Been on SMU. Gonna ride with them. ACC defense versus a good quarterback normally works out well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going over for 2 reasons. One of them being Kevin Jennings. I think, having experience, not only just like big game college reps, but also, leading your team to something, making it to a playoffs, seeing that type of big game environment and taking that into your final year, kind of wanting to make a big impact is significant. And so I think that's going to carry a lot of weight. And then second, I have kind of an overarching theory of, kind of NIL and how programs are kind of going about it. And I think SMU and like the big money schools, Texas included, I think are
Texas
going to,
schools.
well, just really rich schools in general are going to and have made very large transfer moves and like recruitment moves because there is no cap on the market. I think that will be capped soon, and I think you're going to see the impact of it pretty much this year, and then it's going to like die out once there's a cap. So I think SMU is going to be a big beneficiary on that. So I'm all for SMU having a big year.
Over. Mario's
Over.
consensus over.
I mean, I can never finish a sentence talking about SMU and betting an over-under
Over.
without over.
Yeah. There you go.
Team
Consensus.
Bang!
Third consensus of the pick of the
lovely.
bunch so far. Next one's a real interesting one. Florida, 7.5 wins, plus 104 on the over, minus 128 on the
These
under.
SEC teams, man,
Yeah, I mean,
It's a weird one.
it's a really weird one.
they got cooked with their schedule. That's why.
Yeah, I was about to say
It's
this
not
is
even fair.
This is the schedule from hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with a young quarterback, true sophomore in DJ Logway. I mean,
I feel like we need to find out if he's good. So
Yeah, so
Give him
learn-
the
you'll
Marks.
know soon. This just reminds me so much of Oklahoma's schedule last year. We were looking at his team and you're like, damn, they should be good. Jackson Arnold's really young, but the problem was Jackson Arnold wasn't good enough at that stage to handle a lot of the situations. Brent Venables didn't have all his guys on defense. I think Oklahoma looks a lot different this year, which we'll get into later.
Piece
but
of shit.
I think Florida's very similar to Oklahoma last year with like second-year quarterback, should be really good, 5-star, but just thrown into an absolute fire and people get down on him. And then I love betting on him to do really well his junior year. So I'm going to go over actually, but just slightly, just because it's juiced. I think 7.5 is a gnarly number. I think it's a schedule from hell, and I think they get beat up, but I can't not bet this Florida team with plus money on 7.5. It's kind of like damn near South Carolina logic, where like schedule's brutal, but I just love the quarterback. I can't not bet on him, but I don't like it.
you love the quarterback.
I love the quarterback. I don't like betting. Like, I don't love this bet. I'm not gonna this is not gonna be highlighted on my cards. It's like 1 unit play.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I'd go over.
Yeah, I'm already not a huge Lagway fan. I don't think he's amazing, and this team around him is terrible. No Florida people are going in the top 10 picks anytime soon. I can promise you that. And they have to go LSU, Miami, Texas, Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. I looked at that and said, no, thank you. I'm good. Money's staying in my pocket, and I will be betting the under on this team.
Plus money on the over.
Taking the
It's plus 104. It's not really.
It's pretty juiced.
I mean, speaking of that, that is 100% why I chose the under. I think there is a chance in a world that they get 8 wins, but there's not enough value in it for me to bet the over. So I'm betting the under.
Mario.
Yeah, I like the under.
3-1 under.
I have a weird feeling that DJ Lagway might pull out like just a crazy season. I don't know. Like I saw flashes of like the potential.
There was definitely some
but
flashes.
The supporting cast, I just don't know enough about this Florida team to really tell you
nothing
who
there.
they have. But it's probably not good.
I have
It's
a
empty.
weird take on Florida that's not going to be true, but I think they win all their home games. And it's a gnarly bet, and I'm just going to try to like ladder it. But they have like a walk home game to start, then South Florida, and they go road.
They beat Georgia.
I think they beat Texas. Oh, no, sorry, besides Georgia. Besides Georgia. They beat Texas at home. They beat Mississippi State at home. And I think they beat Tennessee and Florida State at home.
And that's just their home.
No, they're national champions.
No. But like they're going to lose at Miami, and they'll lose at LSU, and they'll lose at A&M or
So they're
something.
going to beat Texas but lose to Miami.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think they beat Texas at home.
Yeah, you're
Well, I mean, this is electric. This is why we do the show.
I have the under on
What
that.
if he's just Cam Newton? Like,
No, I'm just saying
Then
he
I'm
could be
cooked.
nice.
I'm
Dude,
wrong. More
Florida,
wrong than wrong.
Florida has not been exciting. It hasn't been a good place to play games in a very long time. But like when the swamp is electric and really pumped on something, that's one of the most difficult environments to play a college football game in. And it used to be like that. And I feel like maybe they catch something early and they can get a couple really active.
Real early.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they get active, but who knows? This is another team everyone's flipped on. Tennessee, 8.5, plus 116 on the over. Ryan, you're a Tennessee guy after an Ohio State guy. Are you betting Tennessee to get 9 wins?
Yes. Only because I think there's 9 SEC teams in the top 25, and they are so lucky they only have to play 3 of them. I think if they beat Georgia or Bama, this is a lock for hitting this over. I like this
it's a
team.
big if, though.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know if they
That's
will.
a big if, though, beating Georgia. or
No, I'm saying
Alabama.
if they beat one of them, it's a mortal lock. I'm betting the over slightly just because I think they'll win more games. But if they beat one of these, I think it's a lock. They have a great coach. They're going to have an amazing defense. I'm not too worried about this team. They're never like amazing, so I'm not worried that they're losing talent or stuff. They were never like Heisman favorite quarterback or like scoring 100 points a game. They're a very defensive team, well coached. So I just like leaning over here because I think they have an easier schedule in my opinion.
Yeah, the schedule is definitely Ole Miss similar.
Yeah,
when
easier.
it's like not a hard schedule, but like they might have the worst quarterback in the SEC,
Yep.
and maybe Mississippi State's quarterback's worse actually, but maybe not. But I do have no faith in Tennessee this year. I think they have a lot of returners from last year, and last year they won a lot of close games. And I don't think Nico was great, but he understood his role. He didn't put up crazy stats, but he didn't throw a lot of games for him. Like he wasn't the one reason they were losing a lot of these games. And they all absolutely got embarrassed in their last showing in the playoffs against like a high elite team in Ohio State. They just got torched. And I know it was on the road and it's tough, but I don't know. I think Tennessee is going to have a chip on their shoulder, and if they go over, they'll be extremely impressive. If they win 9 games, I'd be very, very, very impressed with this Tennessee team. But I don't see a world where they go over. This is a bigger under for me. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't have a quarterback at all, so under.
yeah, you don't like Aguilar.
Yeah, I lean under here.
All right,
Not a big play, but
3-1 on the under here. Next one, Indiana, Big Ten. Ryan, they're Indiana at 8.5 plus 110 after a massive season last year. What was it, 11-1?
Yep.
10-2, 11-1. Yeah.
Only lost. They got murdered by Ohio State.
Yeah.
I just wrote one thing here. It's not called Indiana Hoosiers anymore. It's called One Hit Wonder Indiana Hoosiers because they're going under this year.
Yeah.
Last year was a
Mike,
shot in the dark.
I agree.
Yeah,
you're a Hoosier man.
I
I
completely
agree with Ryan.
disagree.
you agree.
Um,
You're
I
under.
agree with Ryan.
You're under.
Way under.
Wait.
Yeah. I go Kurt Signetti and
You just
over.
like saying Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers.
I mean, Yeah, I want to go.
Kurt Signetti.
I don't know, dude. Like these schedules are just not hard at
Signetti
all. And they do play Oregon and Penn State, so I'll give them that. But the rest of their games, they don't play like any of like the medium
Play
teams.
Illinois, don't they?
Yeah,
And
but
it's
it's at
8.5.
home. I don't know, but it's 8.5. Yeah,
8.5.
this is. I expected when I saw this to be like really passionate one way or the other. I think it's pretty close, honestly. I'll go under, but again, just not confident on this.
No!
I can see you're passionate on it.
No.
It's an easy.
Over, Kurt.
It's an easy schedule. I'll give you that.
Let's
But
go, Kurt.
It's 3-1 to the under.
I believe.
Kansas State 20th overall, 8.5 wins. A true pick on minus
Yeah.
110 on each side. Mario,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
you're a Kansas State guy.
I'm not a Kansas State guy. I lean over, but
Slight lean.
yeah, I don't know much about this team, but
Great offense.
I mean, I looked at their schedule and I was like, I don't know if this helps because
I mean, they are the favorite.
they are the favorite
tied with
for-
Texas Tech to win the
they're
conference.
the favorite in the Big 12, but it's like you look at these teams and it's like, well, like
They're all
all
the
right,
same.
against BYU, against Texas Tech, like
Whoa,
like
you
don't
got
really, you don't like know what these teams are. Like they're all just the same. So like that's why it's 50-50. Like no, the Vegas doesn't even know. So I'm just leaning over because they're the favorite, but that's it.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, all I know is that in this nation, there can only be one Wildcats, and it belongs to the academic powerhouse that is Northwestern. So under.
No, not Kentucky.
Aren't they Bearcats?
Shit.
Oh,
Still
you
under.
didn't even know the mascot of your dynasty team in CFB.
Bearcats,
Wow.
That's
Wildcats.
brutal.
Wow.
That's a tough look.
Tough.
Bearcats.
Big 12 conference this year is going to be the death of me betting it. I just know I'm going to lose
So
any
you
side.
can't don't put a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm going to go over, but small. I think 9-win team, and they're the second team in the conference.
There's going to be like
championship.
5
Yeah,
teams
I
in the
don't
Big
know.
12 that have like
This
a 9
Big 12 is tough for me to pick because it's just so they're just not nearly as talented at the top.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teams that could like beat you on any given Sunday. It's not like an SEC or ACC or even Big Ten schedule where it's like you can look at games and you see a Mississippi State against Bama and you're like, okay, you can win. Like you look at Big 12 and you're like, oh, Kansas State plays, Baylor, TCU,
Yeah,
or
you're like,
Kansas,
it's a coin toss.
or
Mean? Like-
UCF or Arizona. And you're like, maybe. Like I don't know. But yeah, I'll go over small.
Yeah, I'm going over only because in the Big 12, you got to choose a side. You either choose the top teams and they're going to get you 11 wins like last year, or you don't. I'm choosing that this will be one of them. They got Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards, great offense. Over.
Wait, so we're 2 over. What are you?
Over.
Over
3-1.
Under, so 3-1 over. We haven't had a consensus in a minute. SMU
you
was the
guys
last
suck.
one. It makes sense though. Texas A&M 7.5, minus 172 on the over, which makes sense because Texas A&M does end every season. Actually, it's already penciled in at 8-4.
Yeah.
They're
Texas
sharp. They do
A&M,
what they do.
They're an automatic 8-4 every season.
They're so good.
But like their preseason hype for their fans is like 11-1, 10-2, and then they just end 8-4. But they'll never go.
But
below
they'll never
8-4.
look at like a line for like their preseason
No.
win total.
No, they're just
it's
8-4.
hard.
So
Just-
I think it's literally 8-4 exactly, looking at their
Yeah.
schedule. So I have over on the 7.5, minus
I'm
175.
I'm actually right there
Okay.
with you.
Same. They don't have to play Georgia or Bama, so I
Yeah.
like the over.
I mean, I'll never bet on them to succeed in anything, so under.
Under. Wow.
2-1
Another
So
consensus
close.
that Mike kind of eked us out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I hate him.
just because
Or
he
I
doesn't
hate
like
them.
the team, but I feel like I don't know. You're getting plus 145 on that.
Yeah,
so
okay.
140. Iowa State 7.5. Another Big 12 team, Ryan, that I am not sure on.
Yeah, I'm going over. I think this is one of the top heavy teams. I think, like I said in the division, if you're a top heavy team, it's going over. They'll win 10 or 11 games like BYU, Arizona State, all the teams, even Iowa State last year. I just think I like the over on this. They're bringing back a lot of players. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I went through their schedule. I have 7-5 for their finish, so I'm gonna lean with the money here. I'll go minus 138 on the under of 7.5.
I literally flipped a coin and under.
Fair. Fair.
Good analysis, Mario.
I had a 7-win season for them, so I had under.
So 3-1 on the under again.
Yeah, nice.
You don't seem very passionate about that.
What was that?
What's going on? This is a podcast. You talk into the mic. People.
Yeah,
are
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
just smiling at you, just ear to ear.
listening. Just
All right, sorry. Onward.
there's
was
no
an
comment.
accident.
Okay, yeah.
No, onward.
Sure. I'm sure you'll have a lot to
Misclick.
say here then.
Misclick.
Misclick.
BYU 6.5. 23rd BYU 6.5 wins. Pretty much a pick 'em again on the total. This is the weirdest schedule I've ever walked through. I don't know if you looked at this schedule. I was like, why are they 6.5 if they're 23rd? I didn't know it was possible for me to think a team would start 3-0 and go under on 6.5.
Sure.
That's ranked in the top 25. So like I'm taking the under here, but I think they start 3-0, which is crazy. I think they like don't win any of the rest of their games, but BYU is a weird draw this year. I don't know. I'm going under.
They won 10 games last year. They're going to go over. I think they'll be fine. It's the same division, same shit, nothing different.
I'm just convinced that the Big 12, like Tyler kind of said it, like no team's gonna go undefeated, but they're all just gonna go like 7 to 9 wins, like just the entire fucking.
Dude, like this 6.5 number is just gnarly for a team at 23. I mean, there's never a team that's Vegas projected to go 6.5 wins that's going to be a top 25 coaches team. Like the coaches clearly feel way different than Vegas, and it's not like they're playing ranked teams. Like they play Portland State, Stanford, and East Carolina to start the year. They're starting 3-0. Then go at Colorado, West Virginia, at Arizona, Utah, at Iowa State, at Texas Tech,
8-0.
TCU, Cincy, UCF. Like I don't know, like 5 wins maybe. This is weird. It's a weird schedule.
Yeah, I mean, not to mass generalize here, but Mormons love to go low, so under.
I can't even understand that in this
I don't-
place.
I
Don't
think
know
you
what that
will.
means.
They just, not to mass
So
generalize.
it's a push then.
Yeah.
All right, this feels
Not
like
to mass generalize.
not to mass generalize. Well, Mike,
Completely generalizes an entire religion.
a team that Mike is going to be, I'm assuming, super bullish on based on what he said about SMU. Texas Tech, 8.5 wins, minus 152 on the over. They're the co-favorites to win the conference. Mike, how do you feel about this one?
Well, I've been going under for the past 5, so to keep the train alive, under.
Why there? No notes. You don't need anything. Because
No
the train.
notes. Yeah, the train. The under train.
Mike loves to have a train.
Choo-choo.
Train rider.
Mario?
Under the bridge.
What?
Over.
That's smart.
Right.
I'm going under. This was one of the Big 12 teams I chose not to put in that top little group, so I'm going under on them.
I think they win the conference.
Yeah, I think 11-1 is extremely possible here. I love 10+ wins. I'm going to bet the alt here. Over very, very, very heavy. I think they start the year 6-0 for sure. They go against Pine Bluff, Kent State, Oregon State, then Utah, Houston, Kansas. I think their first.
I mean, Pine Bluff is tough, but after
yeah,
that,
they're like, and then they're like at Arizona State's where it kind of gets a little sketchy, but I think they can go 12-0. So like, I'm way, way, way over here. I think that's another push though, 2-2, because Mike was keeping his under train alive.
Yeah.
Boise State 25. Crazy to see Boise State in the top 25 without Ashton Denty.
Bang.
I was like, what are they doing? And then I was telling the guys earlier, I pulled up their schedule and was like, oh, that's what they're doing. They're going to go 11-1. There's a 100% chance this team goes 11-1. I have no idea what to do here because it's like they need to go. They're going to go 11-1, but like 10.5 is a gnarly number for Boise State. Do I think they make the playoffs? Is the question I'm asking here with the over. They go 11-1, they're making the playoffs.
you think?
Yeah.
I mean, they go 11-1, win the conference. They'll be 12-1 conference champ. They'll be the highest rated non-conference champ for sure. It's like basically asking myself, do I think they
Who's
make the
their
playoffs?
QB again? What's his name?
Doesn't.
Mason Maddox.
Maddox Madsen.
Or Maddox Madsen or something like that. He's mid. There's just mid everywhere.
It's not bad, but like,
He's mid as mid.
but like,
It's not
all right.
the same guy as last year. Huh?
It is.
All right, let me read you the schedule. They go Eastern Washington, South Florida, Eastern Washington, Air Force, App State, at Notre Dame. Then New Mexico, UNLV, Nevada, Fresno State, San Diego State, Colorado State, Utah State. Like, they're not going to play a team that sniffs the top 50.
UNLV is always sneakily good every
Yeah,
year.
they play it at home, though. Like, I don't know. This, I think they
What
go
do
11.
you think about Air Force?
Air Force, not this year. Navy's good
option.
this year. Navy's going to be good this year. Air Force lost it.
What about Army?
No, this is not, we're not talking, they don't play Army.
Oh, okay.
I think Army will be fine, actually. I think Army and Navy are going to be good and Air Force not good. But this is not, don't stop asking about service academies. This is, I think 11-1, I'm going over.
That's so sharp. No, I'm going way under. This team is terrible. They have one of the worst defenses you'll ever see in your life. They only won 90% of the games because they had the best running back almost ever in college football history. Their quarterback was only half decent because he had the best running back in college football history. This team is just not good, and they're going to prove that they're not that great. They almost lost a bunch of games last year, but they had close games where Genty just broke it off at the end of the game. They're going to win 8 games.
I do think, side note, just the recruiting class and transfers are way, way, way above the rest of this conference, if that counts for anything. Like, they're recruiting better players consistently, and especially after last year and the transfer portal too. So, like, they should have the best quarterback, probably still best running backs, probably the best defense in the conference, even if their defense still sucks. So, like, they'll get blown up by Notre Dame, but, like, I don't know.
The backup to Genty was kind of nice.
They have a couple pretty good players they brought in too, but
Under.
Yeah, under, over, Mike.
I have the under because I think there's going to be a spot where they're in a tight game situation and they don't have a Genty to get them out of it. So, under.
All right, Mario.
I had 10 wins because I have them losing to Air Force as well as Notre Dame.
Shout out Air Force.
Shout out the
Shout out
Force.
the Force.
Super sharp.
Shout out Kyle. I missed
Shout
saying
out.
that. That was the best. Well, I prevented us from going consensus there, but I like Boise. Oklahoma 7.5. This is Ryan's team for this year. Plus 104 on the over. Schedule's tough.
Doesn't matter. It's like South Carolina. It's over. You have Mateer and Jaden Knott. That 1-2 punch is going to be like nothing you've ever seen. And you have Venables' greatest defensive coach ever. So this is a lock for this over. I'm obsessed with it. Mateer's going to show you something you've never even seen. This defense is already really good. They just needed a little better offense last year, which they had nothing. Only get better. I love this over.
I mean, yeah, I think we have the potential for maybe the best RPO option we've ever seen in college
It'll be
football.
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, with Mateer and I mean, it's the best transfer 1-2 we've seen like in the last in recent memory.
Yeah.
And they kept and added on defense. But what the is this schedule, dude?
Oh, it's impossible.
Like they had a hard schedule last year, and their schedule this year, dude, it might be harder. Like, I think guaranteed wins: Illinois State, Temple, Kent State. There's like three. Rest of their schedule, their home games are Michigan, Auburn, Ole Miss, Missouri, LSU, neutral Texas, and away South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee. Like, they've got to be a good team to win 8 games with that schedule. I think they are going to be a good team, but that's 9 games I think they're like could lose. So small over here just because it's slightly juiced. I could see 8-4, but this team's a wild card. I could see them winning 5 games or 9 games. So
Mike's going to make consensus for sure.
Well, I mean, I just predict Mateer is the piece of shit that I think he is, and Jaden Knott gets arrested in week 3. So under.
Arrest game
But like
under.
before they put on Oklahoma uniforms, you liked them.
No.
Even like John Mateer all year, we were all like running behind him with the overs.
I don't
Didn't even
remember.
know who Jaden
I don't
Knott
remember
was.
once he
You don't
joined
remember
Oklahoma. I
Oh, everything before. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
history
matter.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
doesn't matter.
All right.
All right, Mario.
piece of trash.
Yeah, this line to me is a little bit disrespectful. I know their schedule's hard, but it was kind of like it reminded me of the LSU line where they set it at 8.5. I was like, it should be set a game higher. Same thing for Oklahoma. I think the line should be set at 8.5. 7.5 is too low. I think they finish 8 to 9 wins. So I don't think this is.
It's crazy that the minus 128 is on the under too, huh?
I know.
And the coaches didn't rank them inside the top 25. We're at this. They're 26 right now.
No, I'm obsessed.
And so they're the first team out receiving the next most.
The thing about these AP coaches polls too is that they're pretty sharp on like the top 10 to 12, and the rest of it, dude, is they just go off recency bias. They actually like are not too sharp, so I think they're completely wrong with.
Okay,
Oklahoma.
fair enough. I mean, I low key hope so. I think this would be a fun team that if they could get good, this would be a really fun team to watch. Like really, really fun team to watch. Next one, Missouri, 27, 6.5 wins, but it's minus 170 on the over. This just feels like a no one knows type of, like, I don't know. Ryan, what do you think?
I feel like
they got fleeced. I'm betting the under. They lost everything on offense. Everything and more on offense. They're going to have to start brand new. This team was already not that great last year. I don't like this in the SEC. This might be just a bad year for Missouri.
This is my square betting logic here.
Square betting logic. A good square.
They got fleeced, right? But, like, they have some decent spots for home games, and it's minus 170 on the over. So I'm saying they go exactly 7-5.
Bang.
So I would put over, but I'm not betting this on the card because I have no real feel on this team. But I'd lean over. Mike, what about you?
I felt like this was a real 50-50 crapshoot, given their schedule and the team. And so I had Ty go heads or tails, and he went tails, so under.
Wow.
Sharp.
interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what I was picking for.
Yeah, that's what you were picking for.
Sharp. He's good at what he does.
He's so good. I think this team, they're not the worst in the SEC, but they're probably
close.
They're close to
Yeah.
it. I see like 4 or 5 wins out of this team.
Oh, wow.
So I have them way under.
So it's 3-1 under then.
Yeah.
There
Dang.
you go. 28 Louisville, 8.5 minus 162 on the over. Miami, Clemson, SMU, Kentucky, I think are their hard games.
Those are all
Mix
tough games.
They mix in.
Kentucky.
I don't think Kentucky's actually. Kentucky's the easiest team.
They're an
On that
SEC
one.
So
team.
Clemson.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. It's
sure.
just last year.
Yeah, no, but they do have Clemson's number. Honestly, just last year. They
Just
hadn't
last
won
year.
like 8 years. Before
Yeah, they
that.
murdered them
But-
every year.
I'm gonna go 9-3 for Louisville because I think they're gonna beat like SMU or Miami, and then they honestly could beat Clemson, and then they're gonna lose like a random game here or there. It's a weird game where you're like maybe they lose 2 early games, and you think you lost this line, and at the end of the season they're 9-3, and somehow you collect on the over 8.5 here. So I'm going over on Louisville, slightly more confident than the last couple picks.
Yeah, I'm always wrong with Louisville. I don't know how. They got lucky against Clemson last year.
I think Miller Moss is good too.
I
think Miller Moss.
They're gonna
is
get killed by Clemson this year. Last year was just a fluke.
good. I hope so.
But I'm betting the over because I think they're probably gonna go under, and I've always been wrong on Louisville. So I'm betting the over because I've always been
Fade
wrong.
yourself.
Fading myself on
And
this
new
one.
quarterback.
Yep, Miller Moss.
Who knows
Shout
the
out USC.
redemption arc.
Yeah. 2 reasons I have the under here. First one is for a purely betting standpoint. I just
Little bit of
can't.
juice.
Yeah, I can't see myself laying the 162 on a team that I am really so hesitant on getting that 9 wins. And so, that, held me back, number one. Number two, Louisville, I don't think, in my personal opinion, is at that caliber where, like, when you see a team like Kentucky or whatever, like, on their schedule, I don't think they're good enough to just roll over them and count it as a win. I think, like, it takes a team being, honestly, like Tennessee last year or, like, even Oklahoma, A&M. You could do that with those types of teams. I personally don't see Louisville in that same light, so I have the under.
Gotcha. Mario?
I have 9 wins for them, so I have
3-1
a
on the over.
slight over, but not confident.
Well, I'm going back to you here for USC. USC is a team that,
Gross.
Great team.
I mean, they paid their coach $1 billion. They have incoming,
Everything.
one of the top recruiting classes. They have the top recruiting class for 2026. The guys who are going to be coming in next year. But it's 7.5 wins. And it's minus 160 on the over. This is a big year for Lincoln Riley.
It's a big year for him. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Does he get fired when he goes under?
God,
can't- they
please,
owe him too
please,
much
God,
money.
Because they owe him
please.
too much.
No, and this
God,
recruiting class
please.
is so good.
Really
so-
chained in for the next
The,
year.
Yeah,
the
they
thing
did.
about, I mean, I have them winning 7 games. I think they're not that good. Yeah, they got some good transfers, but they also lost some pretty good players that went to better teams. So it's kind of like they're just filling what they
Even
lost.
out.
And I think they just got slightly worse on offense. So not much to it. I think they're okay. They'll probably beat up on a couple bad teams, and they'll just get waxed by some good teams. So 7 wins under.
Yeah, I'll take whatever has the possibility of giving me the conversation of Lincoln Riley getting fired. So under.
Yeah.
Under by a lot.
This is my second biggest bet of the entire episode we're doing. Over. Massive over. This and Georgia are the 1 and 2. 5 guaranteed wins looking at this schedule in Montana State, Georgia Southern, Purdue, Michigan State, and Northwestern. Those are 5 of the worst 30 teams in all of football, and they're going to win those games. They need 3 more. Their likely wins, I think, are at Nebraska, home against Iowa, and home against UCLA. Again, likely wins, probably going to be favored in all 3 of those games. That if they win all those games, by the way, they're already at 8. And then their tough games at Illinois, home against Michigan, at Notre Dame, at Oregon. I could see 8-4, but I actually think they're going to be a good enough team to win an at Illinois or a home against Michigan. At Notre Dame and at Oregon are tough, but Notre Dame, they do kind of flip-flop with because it's a long-time rivalry. So 9-3 is my most likely record. I think 8-4 floor. I don't think you ever lose betting the over. Minus 160 on the 7.5.
Yeah, if you listen to my propaganda last year, I'm obsessed with Jordan Maeva. I think he's going to be unbelievably talented. He went 2-1 to end the year when he came in as starter. His only loss was to Notre Dame, and it was a back-and-forth game the whole entire
game
game.
was
He had to put up
crap.
40
That game
to
was
even be in it.
insane,
And then
yeah.
he murdered Texas A&M. He averages 300 yards per game. He's a freak. USC is going to be fine, and I think this is the year that Lincoln Riley breeds a quarterback back into the mix.
I kind of agree. I agree.
I love Jordan Maeva. That's it. I'm all over it.
USC is going to be my dark horse Big Ten team because no one's on them this year. Kind of bummed we pushed on that.
I'll flip. I'll give him an
Whoa!
extra win.
Mike, are you almost there?
Mike,
No.
you're flipping?
What if Lincoln Riley got fired tonight?
You
Yes.
said you ride.
You flip.
Yes.
But your best friend.
You said you ride for your best friends. One of your best friends went to USC.
You won't give him an extra win. I had 7 wins for him. I can give him 8.
All right,
I can see 8.
Mike has been 4 wins. He can't get there.
He has been 0 wins.
All right, last team, 30th overall team,
Oh, yeah.
Utah, 7.5.
Such a great team to talk about.
Big
This is a
number
great
on
team.
the over, minus 164 on the over. Ryan.
This team makes no sense to me at all. Every year they're supposed to be good, they're bad. Every year they're supposed to be bad, they're good. This year I think they're supposed to be bad, so I'm going to bet the over only because of that.
I figured it out. I hacked the code. I was excited to talk about this team. Cam Rising was a curse on Utah because he would get them just
7-year curse.
he would get there just to that win number, and he had a season or two where you're like, hey, playoffs maybe, like good bowl game,
They were
like
ranked 10 or
Bowl.
8 a couple
Yeah, who
times.
knows? But he's gone now. Devin Dampier time.
Oh, Dampier's
in
nice.
Utah. Dampier's
Ooh.
nice.
Where'd he
Finally
come from,
not
NC State or
Cam
something?
Rising.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll go over just because of that. Clean start for the Utes. Fresh start. 8-4 for you.
Yeah. I like to think that I'm a pretty
Yeah.
culturally astute guy.
Here we go.
And
with the Mormons.
so I
It's Mormon.
have
Picks of words.
noted a pretty continuous trend throughout the years in athletics and Mormonism. And I've realized
was
that
on there.
Joseph Smith, the spirit of he himself, only likes to one team at a time. And so because BYU has gained that team, Utah will be fine. Over.
What are we talking about,
I
dude?
have no idea what that even meant.
Yeah, I feel like when it doesn't
I think
have
we
to
should.
do about football stats,
I actually
he
think
has,
we
like, an
should
essay.
bleep that out because he's talking about religion and saying cuss words in the same thing. So we probably just bleep out that whole thing. So
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or
It'll just
not.
be his mouth moving, and it'll just.
It's
be
not crazy that when we
We're
talk
gonna-
about football, he has nothing. He's like flip a coin, but it's like you bring in any other subject besides what we're talking about. He's like, I got a paragrach.
just
for
go
you.
on a rant.
Yeah.
DeBoer swimming with floaties on.
Yeah, it's
Can't throw-
floaties.
To be fair,
Joseph
it's an
Smith,
hour in. I'm trying to
Mormons.
keep people entertained and locked in here.
Whoa, we're not entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mario, what
hey.
do you think?
Dude, I just hate this Utah team for the past 3 years of trying to bet this team.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
It's Big 12, dude.
I just
Now that they're there.
I don't care who's on this roster. I don't care about the schedule. I looked at the name and the win total. I said line in the sand, 4 wins. I don't care.
Wow.
Line in the
Under.
sand under.
Wow.
Wow.
Just-
So
I hate-
not
I
a
hate
consensus
Utah.
either.
Not the state, just the football.
All right, we did it. Clap it up. Went through the top 30 teams.
We should do the other 100.
Yeah, I'm down. It'd probably be pretty exciting.
Mike's gonna kill.
We might have to.
we
do
get
that.
to, like, App
We might have to
State.
do that
Yeah,
without-
like,
we might have to do that
Western
without
Kentucky.
Like
Mike.
North Texas, get me hot.
So we had 3 consensus
green.
picks. Only 3
I
consensus
love
picks.
that. That's sharp.
Clemson 4-0 consensus over. Alabama 4-0 consensus under, and SMU 4-0 consensus over.
Wow.
There were a couple
Sweats.
that were only not consensus because someone had like a predisposition against the team. Like the group felt
Yeah.
one way, and it's like I hate this individual who liked this.
Well,
goal
Michael
so-
was
Yeah.
a lot of those.
Well, I feel
It was
like-
most of the time it was Michael, but
I had a
it,
couple
it was
sprinkles.
it was me. Yeah, there was a
I don't
couple
care.
of us
Line
mixed
in the
there.
sand.
But so only 3 consensus bets. We'll throw them up here. This is what you get out
Free
of the
money.
show.
We're 92% when we're consensus.
Yeah, these are gonna go 3-0. So you got that going for you, and then I'll tweet out the rest of these when the video goes out.
Well, the
of,
3 and
like-
1s are 78%. So
Yeah,
you win,
well,
win, win.
I'll tweet out like the general consensus and then the 4-0 overwhelming consensus. Those are the ones you have to hammer. So Clemson over, Bama under, SMU over. There you have it.
Bang.
Stay with us. We're talking a lot of college football and getting to fantasy football next. We'll see you on the next one.
Bang, bang, bang.
bang, bang, bang.